What's like the most you've like ever fucked with someone, like with like,
Right. On a mass scale, there was that like incident not too long ago when I was like, hey, I have COVID. And then I woke up one morning to one of my friends being like, Donovan died, guys. I'm so sorry. And so like I just went with it.
You went with it?
And so I went with it. And like for like 3 days, I was only talking as if like I was a family member on my account, being like, no, this is true. We're so sorry. Like we're struggling to make a statement right now. Then I didn't even like make an announcement like I'm not dead. I just went back to being me.
Yo, what's up, guys?
And people were like, wait, didn't you fucking die? I had so many messages.
Oh yeah, I came back. I came back, dude.
We invited everyone's favorite cripple comedian onto the podcast, so I decided what would be better than to challenge him to a race. The race is starting. I am challenging a crippled man to a race because that's what you do when you have crippled people on the podcast. You race them.
True.
When their legs don't work.
James, you're the only crippled person on the stream.
I'm just taunting Donovan in the game because he's just like going really slow, like real life. So I'm just running circles around him. Wait, Donovan, how does your dick work though? Like if the legs don't work, like how's your dick work? Like I don't get it.
It's like the economy. Nobody knows how it really works, but it just does.
But like, isn't it like the rest of your body like just doesn't work like waist down?
Well, your
Or is it
dick's
just
not
the
connected.
leg?
It's not like it's not governed by your nervous system. It's like some other fucking system. So it's not affected by like nerve damage.
Stephen Hawking fucked so many bitches. He had so many affairs.
Did he actually?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
he
yeah.
had like a lot of affairs, yeah.
Can you imagine being one of those like fucking like retards on Twitter who's just like, yeah, I'm look maxing, I'm gym maxing and all this shit, and it's just like has never touched a woman before? Can you imagine getting out fucked by Stephen Hawking?
That's basically what happened.
I can.
We are getting outfucked by Stephen Hawking.
Like Stephen Hawking looks like that, and some people still can't get bitches. Like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I really never bought into the incel shit because I stayed pretty okay dating throughout high school.
Donovan, how old were you when you first fucked?
Like penis and vagina fuck?
Yeah.
I was a little late to that game. I was like 18, but I stayed getting like hand jobs and blowjobs.
Dude,
Like,
18 is like what there was like a statistic. It was on the Britney episode. We were talking about this because I was like just editing like that one to get some shorts for it. And Burst was saying that like what like the majority of men like don't lose their virginity till college.
It's like 10% of men.
Yeah.
I think, and that's when millennials were in school because now Zoomers don't get laid even as much. But when
See, that's
millennials were in
crazy.
school, it was 10% of men lose their virginity in high
No
school.
cap. No
And then like
cap.
20% total in college. Like a lot of dudes, not 20. It's like only 20% of people are fucking in college, but most people lose it like 18-ish.
Most people who have sex in college is like a result of like raping someone when they're drunk.
Like,
that's how like
we
most
used to
dudes.
like we all used to just get blackout drunk and rape each other. That's how.
yeah, that's just what
Like
it
not
is.
women, just each other.
Yeah.
that's
Rape
how
me
balls
back,
are
bro.
virginity.
My brother earlier today was telling me a story about his friends' roommates in college, and one of them was this army guy, and this other guy was like a closeted guy. And the army dude like came home one day and he was like blackout drunk. So like the gay dude like sucked him off without his knowledge. Like the guy just blacked out and he like fucking sucked him off. And the army guy like thought he dreamt it because he was so fucking drunk. Until they both he ended up fucking a dude that this gay guy had like hooked up with, and she told him, it's like, oh yeah, he's gay. And that's when
like that actually happened.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, exactly. He's like, oh shit, that actually like that was real. I didn't like dream getting sucked off by a dude. That actually happened.
Well, that sounds like back like when me and Terrence used to dorm with each other in college. And one night
you blew him.
Yeah. He thought that he dreamt me jerking off. And I was actually jerking off while he was like sleeping.
That's something you would do. You would jerk off next to him.
Yeah. Well, because we fucking.
Well, you
shared
did it in a
bedroom.
Sandman costume, so in case he woke up, he's like, "Oh, I'm the Sandman. Go back to sleep. It's just a dream."
I had my roommate walk in on me jerking off in college, and his girlfriend too. But
I was very horny, and I thought he was asleep already. So I'm like, "Well, fuck it. I'm just gonna like jerk off. He's not gonna know." And then like the next day, he asked, he's like, were you jerking off last night? I'm like, no. Like, what are you talking about? Like, of course not. He's like, oh, I must have dreamt it. And so I gaslit him for years into thinking that he had a dream about me jerking off.
That's really hilarious, actually.
And like it wasn't until I was like telling that story to like other people, Terrence like found out that like I actually did it. He's like, what? It wasn't a dream?
I thought
like,
I was
"No."
gay for 10 years, you asshole.
But yeah, that's like that's probably one of the funniest instances of like gaslighting I've ever done.
I think it's good. Terrence is gay anyway. He probably was
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're right. I did think about you jerking off.
I've grabbed Terrence's titties more time than I've grabbed like Sam's titties. So
Also makes sense, yeah.
yeah.
If you
I mean,
don't grab your boys' titties more than your actual girlfriends, that's questionable.
Yeah.
It is actually,
Yeah, that
truthfully,
sucks.
yeah, it's actually is questionable.
Yeah,
I've
that sucks.
grabbed all my homies' titties
Yeah.
more than my.
So let me ask you guys something. Was it normal for like you guys back in the day to fuck with each other by like showing each other's like your dick?
I still do
yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
still play sneaky nuts with like a couple of my friends.
I used to do the thing where I would like walk up to my friends in the gym and then like be like, "Oh, dude, I stepped in bubble gum," and then like you show them your nuts.
That's a classic.
Or yeah, I sat in bubble gum. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
perfect.
see, I felt like that was normal,
Yeah.
but the more I've
But
gotten,
apparently it's sexual
It's-
assault.
yeah,
That's
fucking
bullshit.
pussies nowadays.
Fucking pussy. Yeah, like, that's like
Classic
fucking-
move is to like go if you're all drinking, like you go take a piss in the bathroom and then like like just your nuts out of the zipper. So you just walk out the bathroom with just your nuts hanging out, and then everyone
God,
just
that's the
looks at 'em.
funniest shit.
Yeah, see, this is just good old fashioned American fun.
Yeah. I mean, I grab like the homies cock and balls like all the time. Like
Yeah,
I grab,
James is like borderline jerked me off. numerous
Yeah.
times.
It was a
yeah,
thing in,
you got my balls, or you hit my dick or something.
It was a
I
thing
mean,
in our friend group where if you wanted to
Prima
like,
nocta, is that what you said?
Yeah,
if you wanted to hang with us, we had
so we had
You
to
had to
suck
let
you to
us-
completion.
yeah, we had to drop our nuts on you, and you had to accept it.
I mean, there's nothing gay
And this is
about
what
it.
we do. So imagine what like fucking secret society guys do, because this is
Oh,
like
sure.
shit. This is shit we're like willing to just admit out in the open.
Yeah,
like,
I
gay
mean,
shit that we do.
Like
Yeah.
you're when you get married, I gotta fuck my homie before you do. Before your
Yeah.
wife does.
The homies we gotta test it out.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone call it gay though to like, grab your homie's dick or like their
Of course
tits
not,
or
of course not.
whatever.
Only
Like,
women
It's
will
more
do
gay
that,
if you
but that's
think
just
it's
because
gay.
they're jealous.
yeah, exactly.
The level of grooming that James is attempting right now is unreal.
Yeah,
It's
if you
working
guys
for me.
ever want to get your dick grabbed to be part of something greater, go to James's house.
To be some part of something.
Especially if you're 16 years old or under.
All right. I lost in a race to a crippled. There we go. It's not clickbait, it's real.
It
Even
actually
though
happened.
how long was that fucking race, dude? I'm
Long
literally
enough.
like, were you even trying, Don?
What?
Like, I know you're retarded, but goddamn, dude, shit.
That was my Asian side kicking in, dude. I'm sorry.
Wait, you're Asian?
No,
Oh.
I
I
had COVID, so kind of.
No, that's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, COVID turns you Chinese.
Yeah.
Have you been in a wheelchair your whole life?
Unfortunately,
Now, do you view yourself as more of like the Stephen Hawking of comedy, or like Carlos Mencia in a wheelchair?
if I was Carlos Mencia, I would fucking kill myself. I would get euthanized.
So if
Oh.
a genie came to you right now, it's like, all right, Donovan, you could stay the same, or you could become Carlos Mencia.
Just regular Carlos Mencia
Yeah.
who can walk.
I would never put that evil on anybody.
Like, what's like the worst person you would take in exchange to like become them and no longer be crippled?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
Well, every woman is out of the question. I'm never
Of
doing
course.
that.
No, yeah. You're definitely downgrading if you come.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Probably like I'd want to be. I'd become black. I would do that.
Nice.
That's
dude.
fair. Respectable.
Love it.
Like, did you guys hear there was
so
a
you
thing?
would get shot by the cops and still end up in a wheelchair.
And it's something I'm already used to. Yeah, worst case scenario. There was a news story a few years back about this guy from Russia who had my exact same disease, and
Mhm.
he was dying. Like it was only a matter of time.
I thought you were gonna say he was black.
Black Russian. Damn.
But where
Yeah, I
I'm
bet you
going
can't
is-
wheelchair in the snow that well.
Yeah.
It'd be funny.
He's got those like he's got that like fucking ski mobile, like the skis under his wheelchair.
It's just a little tank.
Yeah.
No, but so some doctors, I don't know, were like, "Hey, I've been wanting to do this experimental surgery where we put somebody's head onto another body and try and make them live. Can we do that since you're dying?" And he was like, "Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, I just die. Best case scenario, I have a new body. Cool." And he unfortunately died before the operation, but
before the
Ah,
operation.
yeah,
damn, so they
before
didn't
the
even get to
operation.
That's
try it.
crazy.
but the whole
He
time I
died
was
because they
thinking,
showed him the body they were gonna sew him onto. It's just
Yeah.
like a flabby, fat-titted fuck with a tiny dick. That it's like, ta-da! We found your kid.
Great though.
Damn, I want to know if you could do the fucking head swap.
Yeah,
That's
I've
crazy.
been
dude,
reading
and-
about that.
I wanted to keep up with it because I wanted to know if I could put my head on a swole ass Terry Crews black body.
That'd be so dope.
Hell yeah.
And if that's true, like 90%, 95 arguably of my body is now black. Do I get the N-word
You
pass?
definitely do. 100%.
Absolutely.
Right.
100%. Absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
everyone forever thinks you're in whiteface.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have
Yeah.
if you're black from the neck down, that's more black than I am.
Now, are you
On it.
allowed
Yeah.
to? Are
I'm
you
only
allowed to actually
60%
do
black.
blackface if you're black from the neck down? Are you allowed to just shoe polish your face up and just a complete?
I
picture?
think so, actually.
Right.
You got to
Because that's
complete
just-
the look.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's
steal,
fair.
steal his look, fucking $8 million for the body transplant, and then like $20 for the shoe polish.
Donovan just wants to become a black guy, not so he can walk, but just so he can say the N-word freely.
That's
Yeah.
what I definitely anticipated that was the
They transfer you into like Stevie Wonder's body.
But I would be so much funnier if I could openly get away with saying the N-word and it not be a big deal.
It's actually
Like,
funny, like how much like people try to cancel you on Twitter,
It's so fucking
despite
hilarious.
being a fucking retarded Mexican.
Like I am the perfect thing for them, but they don't like the words I say.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But it's
Whatever.
like cancel what? Like
Yeah, like what's the worst you're gonna fucking do?
cancel
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, it's like, all right, cool. You're gonna get him fired from his
they didn't
job.
put you, but they didn't put you on the air. Like that's not the fucking crowd that you came up on. So like, how the fuck can
Yeah.
they cancel you? They're not your following to begin with.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what your end goal is. Like what? Oh, you're gonna find me. You're gonna beat my ass.
Yeah.
You're gonna put me in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You're gonna stop giving me the money that you don't give me. Like, what the fuck is the?
Yeah.
What is the threat here?
I mean, that's always the stupidest part about like cancellations, like when like companies give in, because it's like, cool, you're giving into like the people that were never giving you money to begin with.
Yeah.
That would be like if Meta PCs like gave in and like stopped sponsoring, like,
Yeah.
you know,
So that
Dom or
like
Ricky
people
or-
without jobs can continue not spending money.
Yeah.
Well,
Who gives
it's
a
funny
fuck?
you guys say that because that was kind of the situation I was in, not with Meta, but the last PC company.
Oh,
that
there
I
was another
sponsored
PC
with.
company?
Yeah, and it kind of there's like a whole lore behind it because the founder of Meta was the original founder of fuck, what was the other one? The other one I was sponsored by, like the
Well,
initially.
don't name them. Name Meta because they're
Yeah.
the ones who are sponsored.
They're the ones that matter.
Yeah.
And
Some
the
other,
one-
so he founded some other bullshit that no one
Yeah.
cares about
Yeah.
anymore. Some dog shit It's actually a CP. They put child pornography
Yeah.
on your computer.
out
before.
there in every
Unlike Meta, they mail your computer to you with child pornography. Meta doesn't do
Yeah.
that.
never.
honeypot.
Use
It's true.
use code money to save 15% off your Meta PC if they
Yeah.
accept my request. But if code money doesn't work, then use code RIP McAfee since that's John's
Yes.
code.
That's
Use
a
both-
real
if
code.
you use
that's
both
mine.
codes, you'll only still get one discount.
Yeah,
Use
yeah,
them anyway.
yeah. Try money first in case you're watching this and I have a partnership with Meta PC because
Right.
Of course.
because
of
like
course.
also like money because it's like MK Ultra money, but it's like I feel like some retard would just like type in money as a promo code because it's like why not, and then it's like oh my god it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very deep analysis there, James. Thanks. We
Yeah.
didn't understand the joke.
No, it's
Thank you,
true.
man.
like,
so
it's-
so money now is like a currency
Very
and like you
big
need the
brain for me.
currency well we have 4 retarded people on here so like I got to explain it properly. So like Donovan, if I like ripped you from your wheelchair, like what's the most you could do?
cry about it. and say you're a fat. Why did you do that? You piece of shit.
Can you at least like crawl on your knees or like not even? Because like Ricky can
Nah.
crawl on his knees, right?
Yeah, but he's also a mutant, so
Yeah. You get to like kind of walk, but you look like Ricky Berwick.
no, I'm not doing that. That's
Would
not
you?
worth it.
So you wouldn't trade bodies with Ricky Berwick?
No, Ricky's like the bulldog of human beings. Like, it's cute in a fucked up way, but like you wouldn't want that for you in your existence.
It'd be funny to do like a Freaky Friday with you and just like like a normal dude, just a regular normal dude, and you're just like, you wake up and you're like, oh, sick. And then the normal guy wakes up in your body, he just kills himself immediately.
Well, then you gotta keep the body.
It's the end of the movie.
You find a black guy that wants to trade bodies with you because he's just tired of being black so much that he'd rather be crippled.
Yeah.
How do you like shit and stuff? Do you need like do you have like your brothers like help you take a shit every day?
Yep. They help me. There's nothing more like satisfying as a man to make another man wipe your ass. So everybody says it to me. They use it as an insult. They're like, "Oh, that's why you have fucking people wipe your ass, faggot." I'm like, that's a power move, bro. That's like,
You're like a fucking
it was a
That's royalty,
specific
bro.
person.
dude. You're like a Persian king. Like you're like transported everywhere in a fucking palanquin. You have people like take your shits for you.
My man he gets fucking levitated to
This
a
man is fucking
toilet
Xerxes.
Mhm.
and gets his ass wiped in midair. That's kind of
Yeah.
fucking fire.
It's
Yeah,
like
that's-
it's like horseshoe theory of like the most undesirable and like royalty.
Yeah, it's the same.
Getting the
yeah,
same
it just loops
treatment.
back in on itself.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I'm never mad about it.
How often do they get like shit on their hands? And you just laugh at it?
It's funny. It's never happened yet, but I swear I've always threatened, like, because you have to pick me up and bring me to the bathroom. So like like during those days where it's like I've eaten nothing but Arby's and Taco Bell,
Oh,
you guys are playing a Russian roulette of shit.
I imagine they have like masterful at this point though. They can like do it.
Russian toilet.
Oh yeah.
I have peed on them though.
Oh, of course. But that's just I've peed on all my siblings too. That's just pretty normal.
Yeah.
Like,
Word?
if you don't pee on your younger siblings, of course you hit.
R.
Oh, yeah,
Kelly?
of course, dude.
Is that you?
You don't have any siblings. You don't understand. No,
yeah,
you pee
you
on your
got it.
siblings.
Yeah,
it's
you
just-
absolutely. Especially
That-
if you're older, dude.
Yeah,
That's
come
a
on,
thing?
It's yeah.
Yeah, you're
chase
peeing next to your brother.
You like
and
you like
turn
chase
over.
them around, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially like when you're peeing in the snow, you just fucking give them a quick
yeah. Just
Yep.
whop. A little love tap. That's it. Just a little
Yeah,
love tap.
just so they know who's in charge.
Yeah. Then they get old enough where they can pee back at you, and it's like
Mhm.
it's like the proudest moment of your life. You're like, you're growing up. You're becoming a man. You're no longer a little boy. You're a
It's a
man.
rite of passage.
Your brothers ever accidentally like finger your asshole before when wiping you?
No, but there was a nurse that did once
Mhm.
Hot.
when I was in the hospital, and I was kind of into it.
Hell yeah.
That's when I was like, oh, I get it. You know,
Did she like
Yeah.
apologize and you were like, no, don't stop?
You gotta be like, hey, you gotta give me at least a little bit more of a hospital meal.
Yeah.
Before you fucking
So
wine
can
and dine me.
If I was your brother and I was like doomed to the fate of like wiping my brother's ass, like I would finger your ass like on purpose. I'd be
Oh,
like,
yeah, of
fuck,
course.
Just,
fuck you, did you have to eat fucking Domino's 3 nights in a row, you cocksucker? Fuck you.
Donovan, can you feel if someone touches your knee and stuff like
Yeah.
that?
yeah.
So you have sensation all over your body.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's to answer the question from earlier. That's how I can fuck, because I
Yeah.
can still feel it.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it feels
interesting.
great.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
can't send like nerve signals to your fucking muscles.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
There's an input lag.
Yeah.
input lag. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
You forgot, my man forgot to, he was not born with a 144 hertz monitor.
No. nuh-uh.
So it's like the only way you could really fuck is if like you're laying down and she's riding you.
Oh yeah. And
Hell
it's
yeah.
great.
You get the
Yeah.
he's getting the,
Yeah.
he's getting the work
Yeah.
done for him.
Yeah.
He's
You
like,
don't
That's
get
like-
it. You never
he's like
tried to
Leonardo
get,
DiCaprio.
That is
He's
so
vaping.
beautiful.
you never
That
like
is-
tried to turn yourself into a human marionette, like
Yeah.
hook yourself up to a bunch of ropes and shit,
That
and
is
like she
so
like moves you
beautiful.
around.
My man puts his
like a
fucking-
little puppet show.
Hell yeah.
Sesame Street sex.
When the first time I ever did have sex She
Yesterday?
was also she was also a virgin, and
Oh, nice.
we lost it together. It was a beautiful moment. But then I ruined it because even back in the day, I was still like a little shithead, and we fucked and we laid down next to each other, and we were just kind of like, what do we say? And the first thing that popped in my head was the Babe quote, that'll do, pig. She was so pissed. She was not happy about it.
Was she a
Yeah,
pig?
imagine like losing your
Unreal.
virginity to a cripple and then he fucking calls you a pig afterwards. Like that's like the most you could possibly degrade a woman.
Yeah, that's it.
Kenny
No.
fucking a cripple to lose
You
your
did her, I mean,
virginity.
you
and then
did
he
her a
calls you
service.
pig.
You did her a service. She's experienced rock bottom. It can only go up from there. You can only go up from being called a pig by a crippled guy after you rode him.
It must have
Your
been,
sex life can
Virginity was.
only possibly improve from that
your
point.
delivery must have been so charming. She must have laughed. I imagine her like laugh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
laughing the pain and the tears away. She's fucking talking about that in therapy to this day, I'm sure.
Nah, it was a good time. We fucked.
Yeah.
Based.
Was she crippled also?
No, I don't fuck crippled people. That's disgusting.
She was crippled. She was crippled from the neck up.
Nah, there are people that are like, would you ever date a person in a wheelchair? And I'm like, that's so stupid. I would never do that.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like that would just like
Yeah.
for you that logistically would never work. Like
You
how
need
like
it-
no
you
like
need it
how, you wouldn't be able to do
time.
anything.
You would
Yeah,
like
you-
that would
you
literally
need
only
to-
work if it was like some like degenerate polyamorous like
Yep.
relationship.
Dude,
Exactly.
it would only now hear me out. I want to refloat this
Mormon?
human marionette idea.
Okay.
You get a whole team of people to like rope both you guys up, and then like one guy's just like in charge of like he's got the ropes and the pulleys and shit for thrusting your hips.
You know who would be really good at this? Get Matt and Trey Parker. They've already done this.
Yeah.
Just fucking
we'll
get
Team
mad at
America
Mark.
your sex life, bro.
Yeah.
You write them like a voice memo because like you're retarded. and-
Yeah.
You know, you write them a voice memo and be like, "Hi, I'm crippled in a wheelchair. Can you like turn me into like a sex puppet so I can
Yeah,
fuck?"
you do that episode of fucking South Park where Kyle sends a fucking letter to the president to like end the war in Afghanistan or whatever. So you send that letter, you do like a letter, like a heartfelt letter like that to like Matt Stone and Trey Parker. So that
Hell
way,
yeah.
like they can fucking.
This is my
puppet-
favorite movie. I want to recreate the scene beat for beat. Oh,
Yeah.
they'd love it.
What's like the most you've like ever fucked with someone like with like
Right. On a mass scale, there was that like incident not too long ago when I was like, hey, I have COVID. And then I woke up one morning to one of my friends being like, Donavan died, guys. I'm so sorry. And so like I just went with it.
You went with it?
And so I went with it. And like for like 3 days, I was only talking as if like I was a family member on my
Oh, no.
account, being like, no, this is true. We're so sorry. Like we're struggling to make a statement right now. Then I didn't even like make an announcement like I'm not dead. I just went back to being me.
Yo, what's up, guys?
And people were like, wait, didn't you fucking die? I had so many messages.
Oh yeah, I came back. I came back, dude.
So many people were
I
like,
resurrected.
whoa.
you were
What
like
the
the
fuck?
crippled Jesus.
But then at like a smaller scale, my buddy wanted me to meet his girlfriend, and she was like really nervous about meeting me because she wanted like my approval.
Mm.
And so she was coming over. She bought like pizza for us, and like she was being real sweet. And she was in the driveway, and without speaking about this at all, we both knew. He picked me up. He put me on the floor in an awkward position, really gently. He slowly tipped over my wheelchair on its side, and then he went downstairs. And we didn't speak about this at all. She opens the door, and I'm just like, oh, fuck. And she drops everything. It is like, help. And he comes running upstairs. And he's like, what the fuck is wrong? And I'm like, oh, what's up, dude? And she was like crying, everything. It was funny.
Started to rob you.
Yeah, no, she was like, she didn't know what happened. She just came in and like, she sees this fucked up person on the floor thinking, "Oh my God, he fell and he's dying, and I don't know what to do here." And my friend was on the way downstairs. Oh, I love doing that.
Does your family like fuck with you?
The only real time I can remember was my brother. Once he was old enough, and he knew he could because he was on the football team.
He could beat you up.
He beat the shit out of me, bro. I called him a bitch one day, and he fucking just went to town. He like picked me up, brought me all the way upstairs, and just started like playing around with drawing on me, fucking like moving my legs around. He drew a dick on my chest. He took pictures. It was so fucking. It was like I couldn't do anything. I just had to go with it.
Well, what is he gonna do? Like post those? But
He did.
Look at this.
He did.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
There's no way you win that in a court of public opinion. It's like, look at this loser. It's like, bro, you kidnapped a crippled dude and graffitied. What the fuck is wrong with you?
And he did though, and that's what was like. So once he did that, he went back to school, and he was at football practice. And what he didn't know is that the other coach, not the main coach, but whoever, was actually my para assistant back in middle school, and he was friends with him on Facebook. And so he was like, "So you think that's funny?"
Yeah, see, exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? Like you don't actually post them.
And so he worked my brother to the fucking bone,
Yeah.
dude. He made everybody like relax and have like a good fun day. But Tristan had to like do double workouts. My brother, it was so fucking funny.
That's so good.
Can you get a Dewey?
What could you? I'm afraid to ask. What is that again?
A DUI.
A DUI.
Oh, a DUI.
Yeah.
See,
Like on the sidewalk. I mean,
technically, legally, I can. If I
Really?
was drunk, yeah. I remember because there was an officer like outside of a bar that I was at, and he was just like bullshitting powwow with me. And he was like, I could write you a ticket. And I was like, that would be funny because you would be the asshole that did that.
yeah. I would happily meet you in court about this one. So.
Very.
You should have been like, actually give me a DUI because
Yeah,
so
fuck you. Give me
like,
a Dewey.
Because
Arrest
like,
me
what's
right
it gonna matter? Because you're never gonna drive a car anyway. So it's like, who cares if you have a fucking DUI on your record?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
are they gonna do? Suspend your license?
Oh no.
You tried to explain to someone, it's like, yeah, well, that's how I ended up in this because I had a DUI.
I had to go to AA meetings.
Yeah, they send you to the DDP classes and because I don't know if you've ever been to that shit. No one ever has. Anyone else here gotten a Dewey besides me?
No, I don't, dude. I don't even have a
So
license.
it's like,
bro.
dude, it's like getting a Dewey is.
If
like,
I got a Dewey as a black guy, I'd be shot.
It's
I'm not
the worst.
we're not even looking.
It's the worst thing in the fucking world. Not because of the people you endanger. I don't give a shit about that. It's the after effects, right? Like the shit you gotta deal with. They make you go to like fucking Mothers Against Drunk Driving, where some like old shriveled cunts wag their fingers at you for an hour, and they bring fucking like parole officers up to be like, oh, this is what we do to like people who get Deweys, and like the lesson you're supposed to draw from that is like, oh, don't get a Dewey, not like, oh, we should like. Fucking line up parole officers against the fucking wall and shoot them.
Did you have to use the little blowing machine?
No, if you ping it high enough, yeah. Like if you get like a fucking, it depends. So there's 3 classes of charges, right? There's DWAI, which is driving while ability impaired. That's if you blow anywhere between 0.05 but less than 0.08. So that's buzz driving.
Yeah.
And anywhere from 0.08 to 0.18 is a DWI. And then once you hit 0.18 and up, that's aggressive drunk driving. If you hit that 0.18, they have to like install a fucking breathalyzer into your car to start it. And the service that runs it costs like $70
Oh
a
yeah,
month.
so expensive. I didn't realize it was there's a you have to get a high score to get.
Yeah, it's a tier.
You have to get a high score.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's when I remember.
But it's not that hard to get, man. Like fucking 6 beers, you're at like a 0.15.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
It's
we
not.
We used
It
to
is
have a
not hard to hit
breathalyzer.
that.
We used to in college. We used to just play like high score. Yeah, like when you're like if you're not at least 0.22, you're not like fucked up. Like you don't feel it at all. Really.
Yeah.
Some girl got like 0.3 and she was fucking trying to fight people. So that was pretty lit.
Then you, Father.
But
No, yeah, I
no,
would've
but
beat
it's,
your
it's
ass.
all of that shit. They have like the DDP class, the drinking driver program that they make you take. That if you're 1 minute late to once, they kick you out of, and you have to take the whole thing over again. It's an 8-week
shit.
class that you have to show. It's an 8-week class that you have to show up to while your license is suspended.
Oh,
While
that's
your
fun.
fucking license
so
is
brutal.
suspended, dude. Like they make it so you fuck up. They literally make it so you fuck up. So you're like out
Society.
of compliance with like court orders.
That sucks.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the actual dark side. Forget the this guy killed my fucking this guy like sliced my fucking toddler in half with his Miata. Forget that shit. The dark part is like, the court fines and all the classes and all the bullshit that you got to deal with to get your
I
license.
remember I went to a concert with my friend's dad who had like one of the breathalyzer things, and I told my mom about it. And she was fucking pissed. I didn't realize it was like a DUI thing. I was like, why? I was like, wow, isn't he such a safe driver? He like checks his alcohol.
He's so responsible.
He's a good guy, Mom. Look at him.
He's such a good guy. He's just like making sure he's sober. My mom was like, you never see him ever again.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's
That
fucking
rules.
brilliant. I would love to have that thing though, where like I got fucked up. Somebody went through with giving me the DUI. I have to go to AA meetings or whatever,
Yep.
and then they also go the extra step of putting that thing that the thing you have to blow into to make a car start, but for my wheelchair.
Hell
That'd
yeah.
be so funny.
Then they'll just be like, oh, he really is Stephen Hawking of comedy.
Yeah.
Fucking blowing into the thing to make the chair
It
move.
would really suck though, because if I had that
Yeah, that would
Like-
suck, huh?
back in the day, I know for a fact my friends would be the assholes that'd be like doing shots and then
Oh, just
There
to
you go.
lock your
Uh-huh.
wheelchair.
Oh,
Yep.
lock your wheelchair. Oh, hell yeah.
You know what's even fucked up about that is like when they install it in your car, if you fail it, it's not just like, oh, you can't start your car. It like alerts the police that you just tried to drunk drive.
Oh,
It's
no.
fucking insane, man. Like what the fuck?
and then I get the privilege of telling them that when they show up to be like, I didn't.
No, it
fucking
wasn't
do
mine.
that.
It was my friend's beer.
I couldn't stop them, officer.
Yeah.
What do
I
you want
couldn't
me to
stop
do?
them,
Yeah, yeah.
officer.
Yeah.
Donovan, where do you live?
I'm in like northern Illinois.
No,
Kinda
like
just-
what's your full address? Like
Yeah.
it means.
So what's your address?
It's funny because I doxed Jules' address on the last episode. I said his full address.
Did you? Oh, no, you didn't.
He did, but he beefed it out.
He beeped
Yeah.
it out. He beeped it out. Yeah, my full
Jules
address
is like, fuck, I gotta go watch that episode
It's
now.
like, wait,
Yeah.
really?
My full address is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
send. Make sure to send. just send as many.
Jules is
Yeah, Jules
walking
is
over-
going to call his like handlers, being like, "It's a joke. It's a joke."
Hell yeah.
But for real, that's what Jules is doing right now.
Yeah.
He's calling the
I believe
handlers. Yeah.
It'd be funny if you're watching Jules's camera and you just see like blood splatter against that mirror. Do you ever get like hitched by fucking skateboarders?
Oh yeah, me and my friends would do that all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like prime jackass era shit.
Hell yeah.
You know, that another thing that I thought about doing, which would be really funny to see play out, was going to like any big theme park like Disney World, Universal, but me and my friends, we all wear Make-A-Wish shirts, and we see how much we can get away with. Like going to the front
Like
of
who is
everyone.
this? Who is this supposed to be? Because you're supposed to like meet a celebrity for Make a Wish, right? They're looking at these random kids, like, who the fuck are you? I've never seen you on anything.
It just fucking.
It's like an Animal House bit where
Yeah.
is like talking about is like, oh, my girlfriend just died, I need to be, like consoled, and then like the girl's like all over him in the car,
Mhm.
right? Like
Yeah.
you start picking up girls with the Make-A-Wish shirt.
Can you could you pull in the Make-A-Wish though? Like, can you pull that?
I had my make. I already
You already
did
had
mine.
it?
Oh,
What was yours?
Well, see, I was young, and they thought I was dying, so they were like really avid on like getting it done fast, like
yeah.
because I would not have done it as young as I did, if like my mom, she was the one that made the whole arrangement, and they were
Yeah.
just like, "Hey, your kid's gonna die. You might want to do this soon."
Yeah.
And so they really pushed because they had ties with Disney World, and
Mhm.
so I did the stereotype, the Disney World, but they also let me go to like Universal Studios and SeaWorld.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you got
So-
3 for 1.
Nice.
Yeah.
Getting your money's worth.
Oh yeah. You didn't
But
want like the celebrity meeting or anything?
They
You
did
were-
ask me, but I was like, I'm like fucking 9. I don't
Yeah.
care about
Oh, I feel
celebrities.
you.
Like I'm not trying to meet John Cena. I have.
Oh, yeah.
I have multiple times.
That's why you didn't want to
Multiple
meet him.
times?
You and John Cena are homies?
Yeah, no, like we're here where I am, there's like the big like downtown stadium area, and the WWE would go through there quite a bit, and I was like wrestling back in the day. So I met like all the classics, like Stone Cold, fucking
It would be funny if you met John Cena and he's
I
like,
have.
"Hey, aren't you supposed to be dead?
Yeah,
Like,
you are.
didn't I meet you like 15 years ago? Aren't you supposed to be dead by now?"
I was treating you nice back then because I thought you were dead.
Yeah,
Stop using me.
So for your Make-A-Wish, all you used it for was to go to like theme parks in Florida.
Yeah, they put me up in this like weird I don't know how to describe it. It felt like a cult like community
Uh-huh.
like thing where it's a part of the Make-A-Wish thing, but it's like a whole mini town with like replica houses that like people stay in. They like let you live there.
Oh, I thought you were
Oh,
gonna say like a whole
really?
town of like crippled people.
Well, they were like crippled and dying kids.
Yeah.
And like
They made a
families.
fucking that's crazy. They put you in
Jesus,
a,
that's dark.
that's so dark.
That's fucking dark, man.
Making
Yeah, well,
friends that will
I-
last a lifetime.
That's the tagline. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh
Fuck, that's so good.
That's so good. That's
Just
really good.
friends to death.
It hurts. It hurts. It actually is so good. It hurts.
The little toddler coughing his lungs out like, "Will you be my friend forever?"
Oh my god.
I'll never forget you for these last 5 hours.
It's
I
been
mean,
great.
that is like an eternity for a
It hurts my
5-year-old.
third eye. Like my third eye is like
Doesn't hurt my bullseye.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool thing though, because like everything was free, and they
Yeah.
had like ice cream shops and like little diners and like a movie theater, and you could just go in and be like, do shit for free.
Yeah.
It,
So what
it was
happens
pretty
if you
cool.
don't die? Because like you're here.
Yeah, they're coming for me.
Yeah.
I'm on a
Yeah, the
list.
Mickey Mouse Death Squad's
They
on you.
fucking charge you interest
That's
on
a
your,
bit.
on your
That's
another
Disney
bit.
tickets.
Yep.
Be like, hey, listen, since I lived and all, and I'm like, I'm older and I kind of have like a more elaborate wish. Could I just like give you the money for what it costs for that trip and get like a new wish? Could we like make this deal happen?
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they
You have to be a
make you wear a
child.
Disney suit. They're like, we want our money for our trip back. So they like make you start working at Disney World.
Disney suits me.
You're just a greeter.
That
They, like,
is a
turn you
really
into
good bit.
furry. Yeah, they're like,
That's a
Yeah.
good bit, honestly. And you know what's I wanted to look into that at one point, like a few years ago, because there's other organizations like Make-A-Wish that do things like that. So I was
Just
like,
stacking them. Like,
Yeah,
stacking 'em.
and so I was wondering, like, can I do that? Is that something I can do?
Yeah.
And I looked, and every like stipulation is like, you can't have already done a Make-A-Wish. I'm like, that's
That's
bullshit.
Fucking sucks. Okay, so since you were like supposed to die, can we just like forge it so you did die, and then like we have a new like identity for you, and that way you could like do it again and like re-up?
I would do that for the
Yeah,
funny
we
story.
saw Goodman you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Easter bunny suit. You have to put him in an Easter bunny suit, and it's like,
Yeah,
That
I would do
rule.
that.
What if we made like a new version of Make a Wish, but for like people who are older, and it's called like Get a Bitch? And just- for, like, yeah,
Is
for
that the
crippled.
Jordan Peterson Foundation?
Yeah.
priceless. That is so good.
I wonder
Like,
if
you're
they.
actually gonna like that's actually gonna happen now. Like Verse just spoke that
Yep.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
reality.
Well, that's like
Someone's
what
gonna
Jordan
be like-
Peterson like wants to like make happen. He wants to like get like government assigned pussy. for
Hell
people.
yeah. I'll
We're
vote for
gonna
him.
make it so everyone can get their government assigned pussy.
Well, that's there's a thing
sells no more.
in where is it? It's some weird fucking dot forehead country. I don't remember. They have a service, like it's a government thing for people with disabilities, where they send people to give them hand jobs.
You know
That
what?
rules.
That I'll get behind. If
Yeah,
you're,
I
get
like,
behind
if you're
that for sure.
disabled, absolutely.
You get free hand
I'll
jobs
get
for
behind.
life.
Yeah.
Free hand jobs for
Government
life, for sure.
subsidize hookers for hand jobs to the disabled.
I think.
And
I mean,
Other half
I-
of
Hand jobs for the handicapped.
You have
I
to
think
Yeah.
stop-
I think full
Handies for
penetration.
the handies.
Handies
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
handies. I think
that's
that
it.
would hit.
Yeah.
Listen,
Handies
can
for
we go?
handies.
Can we go to Shark Tank with this, bro?
That's your make a wish is be like
Yes.
your make a wish is like handies for handies. Like we can't make that happen. Like, all right, how about we get me
Oh
on
my
Shark
God.
Tank so I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
pitch
yeah.
And then
handies
I
for
can
handies?
try.
This
This
to
is
you
like another
fucking
bit.
short-sighted
It's
morons.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's like Mark
That's
Cuban. You're
a
really
bit.
gonna deny the cripple guy? Like you got enough money. Make handies for handies.
Yeah,
Only we
yeah.
have to make it real. Only like that would be a funny.
That'd
Yeah,
be so good.
that
Like,
would
you
rule.
actually get on Shark Tank and you're like, listen,
10% equity.
so the Make a Wish Foundation. This is the Get a Bitch Foundation. It's for
Handies.
assigning women
Yeah.
for people in wheelchairs, and it's hilarious. You get like a model there. It'd be hilarious. I can see
We got it.
They actually try to sell it, and then if
I even think that
like they wouldn't know until later when they're like closing the deal. You're like, actually, no, this is all.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
if you
no,
got the
we're
deal,
fine.
then you just got to close it. What the fuck you mean?
That'd become a
Like
fucking
the
entrepreneur.
producers.
Yeah,
Like
that's
the-
a $1 billion industry right there of handies.
They
for
try to
handies.
make a failed production and everyone loves it. And they're like, oh my god.
I started this as a joke, but now I'm in too deep.
Yeah.
So now I'm just fucking rich and giving people the opportunity to get hand
Dan
jobs.
Balzerian of Cripples. You're just like Dan Balzerian.
The program that is in the other country, funny enough, I think theirs it's called Helping Hands.
That's
And I'm not
That's way
joking. I
better.
think
That's
that's really
awesome.
good.
Fucking good.
That's so good. So like, how long you got to live?
Like
God damn, dude.
the joke answer is after this, I'm killing myself. The real answer is you'll find out soon enough.
Damn.
James, I want to shake you right now. That's like literally, I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm here for a
Like,
good time.
shake you. It's like,
I'm
I
here
mean, I
for a
can
good
wi-
time.
I mean, I would withstand the shaking better than Don could, so I'd rather you shake me.
I wish I like slap you right now. I feel like,
We offended Jules on like a deep
cannot-
fundamental
I
level.
just, like someone should just like slap you in the face right now.
Jules, you look like you're like a mortified wife right now.
I
Like
just cannot. I just
untuck your nuts for like 5 seconds.
I cannot believe it.
He can't. Oh, he can't handle it.
Yeah, let's piss off Don for the. Let's see if we can
Let me
actually.
go in.
Jules,
That's the new
you've
bit.
Welcome
you've
to
struck,
MKO.
You've struck a gold line bit. Let's see if we can actually offend Don.
Let's see if we can let's see if we can break the fucking in the wheelchair emotionally. Let's just do it.
God already did it physically. We need to Halo 3.
We need to finish the
fight.
job.
Halo 3, finish the
fuck.
fight.
Oh my god.
Finish the fight. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I think for me personally, if we're just being objectively honest, is that life has already done way too much to me that
Yeah.
nothing anybody can say will really fuck me up.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the beauty of it.
Well, I think it's about time we wrap this up.
Yeah, this is a good one, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
this was fun.
Yeah, Donovan, what do you want to plug, bro?
All right, so I actually have things to plug
Hell
other
yeah.
than my Pornhub. So I have that, my Pornhub. You can look me up. Any BBC video, that's me.
Yeah, he goes
The
under
one
the name.
receiving.
He goes
Yep,
under the
yep.
name Dongovan.
Yep, there it is. But I also have I'm a new co-host on a show on Compound Media, TBD. We do that every Wednesday.
That's literally what it's called, by the way, TBD.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. And then I haven't announced it publicly today yet, but I am. I have my official own show on Censor TV, Gavin McInnes's network. The first
Fuck yeah.
episode is up right now if you want to go look that up. And yeah,
What's the name of the show?
the name of the show is the only late night morning daytime TV show.
That rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah.
It's a whole shit gag. It's fun. Every Sunday is hopefully the upload schedule. So yeah,
Fuck yeah, dude.
Awesome.
yeah,
And your Make-A-Wish, your new Make-A-Wish is actually for people to subscribe and ring that bell
yep,
and to watch this next video
exactly.
of with Lucas we had on.
Yeah, and
So,
if you don't, you hate disabled people.